Good morning and welcome to the Pure Energy Healing Academy. My name is P.E.H and it's a beautiful day today. I'm feeling fresh, feeling happy, feeling, it's not far off my birthday, birthday. And I just thought I'd share a little kind of raw and bare message today with all my friends. Yeah, you probably guessed it. Somebody's bet me that I couldn't do this. And I said, you know what? You haven't got a clue who Matt Bayersky is if you didn't think that I could do this. Confidence has never been an issue with me in the sense of doing things to make people laugh. Confidence in ourselves to do something for ourselves is a different thing, completely. Am I doing this for me? Not at all. I'm doing it for you. And if it makes you laugh, my dear angel, then I've done my job. But let's sort of take that and embrace that for a moment, shall we? I know, you're all fainting. Pull yourself up off the floor. Oh, maybe you've switched off a few minutes ago and thought the guy's gone bat crazy and that's it, I'm never gonna ever watch one of his videos again. You see how judgment works? You see how it affects our life? You see how it can ruin everything for us by a simple thought process that then goes to your mind and your mind makes a decision whether it's good or bad instead of just going with the flow and seeing what happens through the very end and then standing back and analysing it, digesting it, and then making a conscious decision what feels right and wrong instead of jumping into it. So half of my friends now has probably switched off because they saw me without a top on, which in truth is really something good to think about for all of us. So going back to this this really important message, which is about self-confidence. Most of us have this lack of self-worth. Even I do. I'll tell you one of my weaknesses. I'll tell you what happened. I was in Bali the other month, and I was on my own, and I drove down to a bar. Not that I go to bars, but it seemed like a fun place, and I was on my own at that moment. And I said, yes, come on, let's go to the bar and let's mix and mingle and associate with people and talk. So I get on my motorbike and I go down to this bar, this famous bar at the beach. And I pulled up outside and looked and went, no, I can't do it. And drove off. Do you know I did that 4 times in a row each night? Couldn't do it. So that might surprise you guys. You might think I'm like filled with happiness and I jump around and I do these videos and I do these things for other people to make them feel better, but for myself, I still work on my inner self-worth. And you might think, well, it's a bar and you're better off not going there anyway. But it was more really about pushing my boundaries and walking into a bar and just mingling, and that's always been a challenge for me. And you know what? You could probably walk into a bar and talk to anybody and you look at me and go, really? You see, we all have our internal battles, all of us. And, I find it interesting because when we look at all aspects of, whatever it may be, let's take, for instance, love, shall we? Okay. The internal battle of love or wanting to find love. It's a really interesting concept, and I've worked with clients for 12 years and I've seen them come and go, and they sit in front of me and then they start telling me about love and what they want and maybe who they've met and what to do next. And it often makes me giggle because that self-worth is a lot to do with our fear of what if. And what if it goes wrong? What if this doesn't happen? What if I'm made to look this and that? And you know what? We need to grow stronger than that. Because when we look at aspects of love, And take, for instance, we feel that we feel something for somebody. We so easily stop ourselves from moving forward. Just like me on the getting off the bike and going into that happy bar. Looking back, like love, should I have gone into that bar? Yes, I should have gone in. I should have made the effort and tried, but I didn't. So I'm equally to blame with my self-worth. And one day I will conquer that. Not that I'll be jumping into every bar. That's not what it's about. It's about our confidence. And it could be a bar, it could be love, it could be friendship, it could be family breakup that we need to jump back in and work on, or whatever it is. Whatever. It's still the same energy that we need to conquer. And that's about the fear within us. And that fear is coupled with the name of self-worth, lack of self-worth. Fear of being let down. You know, with love, I kind of hear this so many times each week in, week out. I daren't send a message to them. I daren't contact them. You know, they haven't contacted me back. I sent them and I said, look, love isn't a game. This isn't about being whether one or should do and the other shouldn't. And it's about your heart. It's about what you feel, what feels right. If you feel something for somebody, share that with them. Tell them. And it's not about telling them to make them feel good about you. It's about how you feel about yourself and your confidence and knowing that, do you know what? Even if I do send somebody a message, I'm doing it because of my heart. It's what it tells me to do. And it isn't about whether they contact you back or not. It makes no difference. But wouldn't you rather have looked through your life and said, gosh, I'm so glad I did them things, rather than saying, I wish I should have done or could have done. I could have done that, but I didn't. I wish I'd have done that. Life shouldn't be like that when we look back. It should be, you know what? I followed my heart, I did it, and I'm glad I did it. It does not matter what the other person reacts or how they react. What matters is how you feel and your movement towards your truth and your happiness. Ultimately, if you're fearing what other people think, then you're not doing it from a perspective of yourself. You're doing it from fear. And we all are accountable for that, all of us. So why don't we all work on that today, eh? Why don't we work on the truth? Why don't we say, okay, it doesn't matter what the outcome is, but at least I'm going to do what I feel is right, and I'm going to share how I feel. And you may be surprised, you may be shocked, not about the reaction back of somebody else that you love, but how you feel about what you did. You know, building up your self-confidence is a beautiful thing, but a very challenging thing. Self-confidence of you, self, not of other people. Not like me taking my top off there. If I'd have taken my top off for myself there, that would never have happened. I did it for a certain person that I care for very much. And the message was, you're not going to take your top off, or something like that. I do what I bloody want when it comes to somebody else, but when it comes to myself, it's a different thing. Do you understand that, guys? Does that make any sense? My dad used to jump up on tables when his Polish friends came round with his vodka and his friends and his playing cards, and he was a life and soul of the party, he was. But when everybody had gone with his family, he just never spoke and never said a word. You know, I think a lot of us take on board our parents' energy, and I can honestly say I'm a little bit like that myself. I've taken that little bit from my dad, and I think what I'm working on now is trying to be the happier me inside, and to work on my inner self and to be more confident in myself rather than this image of making everybody else happy. I think we all need to embrace that as well from time to time. So we're all working on it. On a final note, guys, yes. I don't like talking about shifts, I've got to be honest. But if you were to ask me now, has there been a shift, and is there a shift at the moment? Geez, I can't stop crying. I'm even surprised, mind you, I lightened it up because I took my top off. How people are going to look at this video, right, when it goes out on YouTube with me with no top on is... That's already making me laugh, but at least I'm not crying. The shift, oh my goodness. If you're a light worker out there, sensitive, and somebody who's very empathic, who does the work, and it doesn't mean you're a psychic or you're a healer, I mean people who just are loving and kind and caring, yes, there's definitely a shift, huge. There's a lot of emotions coming up, lots of tears, and whatever that shift is, it is affecting us. Now, is it going to pass? Of course it's going to pass. All shifts pass. Not every energy is a shift, but I think, well, for me anyway, I can speak safely for myself. Yes, I can feel a massive shift, but the beautiful thing about this shift is I definitely feel that I'm going to be stronger at the end of this, and you are too. So if you've been shedding some tears, feeling some bad things happening, lots of stuff's going wrong around you, it's just a shift, guys. It's nothing personal. And these shifts do come and go. They're not very often, but they do come and go when they're extremely powerful. Some people suffer from shifts, others don't. That's because of your energy and the vibration you're vibrating it. Not that you're weak, no, it's just a shift in your energy, that's all. We all go through them, it's part of life. And if you ask me what to do, breathe, let it out. Don't focus on it, don't look at it, don't try and find the answers. Just simply accept and let go. And you'll find that you'll become 15 times, 20 times stronger than you were when this shift started. I promise you that. You're going to be as stronger than anything, and you're going to be more powerful with your message and with your energy. From my heart to yours, thank you so much. And yes, it is my birthday. Very shortly, in a few days, while I'm on the heart healing retreat in Andalusia. So I love you all. Yes, I'm 50 years young and I feel 18, and I am blessed, and I'm looking forward to the next 50 years, another 50 years, I'm sure. 50 years of boring you to death with these videos. Love you all. Have a great day, guys. If you've been watching this till the end, then, you know, pat yourself on the back and safely know that you are not judgmental. Love you all.